Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist, that's a CBT therapist, and a licensed mental health counselor. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders that took place on the 13th of November, 2022. May the four victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. May justice be correctly served. I want to thank all my subscribers, viewers, for all your support, your kind comments, your wise thoughts, actually, and theories. I really appreciate them. And I really value and respect each and every of my subscribers and viewers, because I've noticed you all are really mindful, really passionate about getting justice for the students. And you're very respectful towards each other and towards me in the comment channel. So I really do appreciate that. I must say that. Like I've mentioned before, I intend to bring back everything from the beginning, like I've said a couple of months ago. Like you'll have noticed, I believe many people have brought up things in the beginning, like the 4chan posts. But I believe I was the first one to bring it up these last 5 months. And people actually get tired of it. Some of them, like the grub truck, they ask me, oh, is it another grub truck video? But the sad thing is, people don't understand that you literally have to go through each and everything to research, to analyze all the behaviors in the grub truck and the Banfield alcohol offense. Some people just believe that these are youngsters having a good time and that there was nothing wrong with it. But when a quadruple murders happen, everyone should be investigated. Everyone should be a person of interest. And that is actually not my words. That is the words of the prosecutor, Bill Thompson. He said clearly that everyone is a person of interest, even the two surviving roommates. He said they're not suspects, but they're people of interest. So for me, I have many people of interest in this case. So this is what I believe was written on Reddit by someone. They said, seeking clarity on Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. In posting this, I'm not intending to cast suspicions on this individual, but I want to be clear about what we currently know. Please let me know if I have anything wrong. Number one, Kaylee was in process of moving to Texas. Yes, I do agree. She was moving to Austin, Texas. I heard she was moving in January, but I've heard in another media report that she was moving in February. It was one of the two. She was anyway moving, and she was searching for a roommate to rent a flat with, or apartment or house. She was on her way. So that is right. The second question the person asks is, Kaylee broke up with a long-time BF about 2 weeks before the murders. I've actually heard that before. But I've even heard that they broke up a couple of months before the murders. I've heard even they broke up in 2020. So I don't know which is true, but I've heard many times that they broke up a couple of weeks before the murders. And that I find to be very interesting. Just because he was an ex-boyfriend doesn't make him a suspect. But 2 weeks before the murder, the last person they called was Jack D. Both Maddie and Kaylee. I'm just not completely, personally, satisfied with any of the Jacks or with the Sigma Chi boys, like the Davids. That's my personal opinion. Number 3, Kaylee called her ex 10 times immediately prior to the murders. Yes, she called Jack 7 times. 3 times was called from Maddie's phone to Jack. We don't know if Maddie called Jack. We don't know if anything happened to them while they were calling Jack. We don't even know what was the reason they called Jack. But the police are trying to say there was nothing there. But what I found interesting is Jack was cleared the last Let's not forget that. You can go and check that in the Moscow website. Even CNN asked Katie's father, sister, Elvira, and a brother. The brother and the father did not look like they were supporting Jack at all. That was in the beginning. There was a lot of different expressions going on from the family in the early days. So Jack is somebody obviously to take notice of. I'm not saying that we need to harass him or bother him or contact him. Obviously not. I'm against anyone who tries to bring any family members or any people of interest in their channels. Whether it is the victims' families, I don't think while this case is active and going on, we should be trying to bring families that need our support. They need peace. They need time to heal. They need time to go to counseling. They need time to heal. But then we have channels like Crime Sleuthing and other YouTube creators bringing over Zana's mother, who's already suffering of her own personal problems, and then she's suffering the most of losing her precious daughter. And these YouTube channels bring her over, promise her money, and don't even pay her. This is my personal opinion, and I find this to be really disgusting. We are YouTube creators. We need to stick to our role. Research things, talk about things. But once you start interviewing people, and once you start like, what's the obsession, contacting and being friendly to the Sigma Chi's and to the sororities, then you've crossed boundaries. And boundaries are really important in mental health counseling. Everything starts with boundaries. Everything ends with boundaries. We are not the police. We are not Idaho Moscow police. We are not the FBI. We are not even lawyers in this case. So I don't think what these channels are doing are right. And I personally believe that everyone has a voice to express. I would rather say my opinion right out there. I don't talk behind people. Honestly, I'm just straight out there. And I did not like the fact what they did to Kara, to Xana's mother. They know themselves. They can't even try to do that stunt on Xana's father, Jeffrey. He's the one they should have asked for the interview, because I really respect Kara. But Kara is going through a lot. And since she has vulnerabilities and personal issues like we know, may she get help and therapy for that. I think this is just taking advantage of somebody who's in a very vulnerable situation, promising her money with her situation, knowing her personal problems, and then tossing Kara over to each other and making a show or making something to discuss about that. I don't think that is right for Kara. I think Kara is suffering enough by losing her daughter. It's not like Kara has any more information than we have. The person who may know a bit more is Jeffrey, Xana's father, and Xana's sister Yasmin. But not for us, YouTube creators and social media, to be bringing this poor woman onto platforms and lying to her. That's my personal opinion. Coming back to this text, or coming back to this Reddit text here, the person said her ex was in Moscow the night of the murders. Yes, Jack D was definitely in Moscow. He was hanging around in the corner club. You've seen the picture at 1:35, the timestamp of him sitting, and Kaylee and Maddie are standing in front of him, and they all are talking in a circle. We don't know what was the reason they called him. And he was the last to be ruled out, like I said. So I really find Jack D's story to be really interesting. I wonder where he went that night. He said he was sleeping when he got the call. He just lived 2 minutes away from them. But he was ruled out. But all the people that are ruled out, let's not forget, can be re-interviewed and can be labeled as a person of interest. But for now, the blame is on Bryan Kohberger. So we have 3 Jacks: Jack Showalter, that's the hoodie guy, Jack D, Kaylee's ex, and we have Jack K. He was the one who sent the first Venmo to eat him for $6. I'm really starting to lean on more to the theory of something happening to Kaylee and Maddie while they walked Murphy the dog. Or maybe they let out Murphy and somebody took Murphy or hid Murphy so that the girls would come out. I really believe that could be one of the reasons that both the girls were calling Jack D 10 times. Because we heard Kaylee's sister, Alivira, clearly saying that they did everything right. They used the buddy system. They got a ride from the private share Uber. And she said they let the dog out. So I don't know if she means it in general usually they would let the dog out, or if she just means that she knows, that she was aware. It sounded like she knew that they let the dog out that night. So did something happen to the dog and the girls had to go and check where Murphy was? And could somebody have snatched the girls or grabbed the girls? Because you clearly hear somebody yelling, "Stop it, stop," at 2:55 and 24 seconds from the police officer's body cam in Banfield. And it would make sense with this theory, allegedly, because Maddie is black coat that she borrowed, I believe, from Jack S. Many people are saying, and I heard from Jack D. Whoever she borrowed the coat from, the long coat was found in the bushes. And you could see the police checking the pockets and all. And then they just threw it there, back in the bushes. It could be nothing, but it could be something. So that's one of the theories I'm leaning on, because I really believe that these were separate targets. I believe that Eaton and Xana was done wrong by the Sigma Chi boys and people like that. You could see them all in the grub truck. We know that there was a fight in the Sigma Chi fraternity party. The quadruple murders happened after the Sigma Chi fraternity party. The boy called Hudson Lindo was found dead in the creek. May he rest in peace. That was after a fraternity party. So this seems to be a habit. There's something with the fraternity that needs to be investigated. Because there are many, many criminal cases of drugs, daytime rape, many different things with the fraternities. Many other fraternities are under investigation. So it's not a surprise for me if the Sigma Chi fraternity boys could be involved with illegal business and the sororities. The Greek lifestyle break many rules of the university, and they don't snitch on each other, let's be honest. That's why half of the university knew about the quadruple murders before the police ever knew.
Very well. I mean, she would think somebody was following her. She would call me and say, "Mom, I think there's somebody following me." And I'm like, "Well, Kaylee, call the police," And then she'd say, "Oh, never mind. They just turned into 7-Eleven." She was aware, and very aware. And she locked her doors at night, and she locked her car. Kaylee was home, had just been home, so we are so thankful that she's been home for a week and a half. She just bought a brand new vehicle for herself, her first vehicle. She had planned a trip. She was planning on the month of January, starting her new job in February with this internship that she'd done. Wound up offering her a full-time, very well-paid position that she was very excited to take, and she was with us for the last week and a half. She went home Friday to literally go show off her new vehicle. She was like, "Maddie has to see my new ride. Like, she has to see this." And she was the whole time going back and forth between the car she was buying and said, "I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to see me pull up and wait till you see what I pull up in." Wow. Across Europe for the month of January, starting her new job in February with this internship that she'd done. Wound up offering her a full-time, very well-paid position that she was very excited to take, and she was with us for the last week and a half. She went home Friday to literally go show off her new vehicle. She was like, "Maddie has to see my new ride."
So Kaylee was doing well for herself. So were the other victims. But towards the end, before their deaths, unfortunately, Kaylee seemed to have had a good plan. She saved money. She bought herself a car. She was going to travel to Europe for a couple of months, I guess, or a year. And she was going to take the job in Texas, Austin, Texas. I wonder if that could have upset her ex-boyfriend, allegedly. Because you can imagine, they share a dog together. They were together for a couple of years. And if maybe Kaylee was done with the relationship, but maybe Jack wasn't done with the relationship at all. Could it be possible that when he saw things weren't working out, and that Kaylee didn't want him, and she was moving away, could it be possible that this became too much for him? It's strange, at the start there were many people, many students in the college mentioning the two Jacks, especially Kaylee's ex-boyfriend Jack. They all were saying that he was jealous that she was moving away. And that is just speculations and people's opinions in the college. But what was really going on between Jack and Kaylee? Maybe Jack thought this is the last time you're going to see her, and she is really decided that she's going to go and continue her life without him. So could this have led him into rage, jealousy? Another thing, let's not forget, didn't the Mayor Little, didn't he say that this was a crime of passion? Even the police said it at the start. There's a reason they keep on saying it was a targeted attack. They must have seen something in the house. Something must have been written in the wall, or something must have been found in the house. We heard the Fox News reporter clearly saying that this was an awful scene. There was blood on the walls. We've heard many rumors and speculations that the victims were gagged. And I find that very strange. We've heard that from the beginning, and when the police were asked to clarify that, to confirm it or debunk it, Chief Fry took his time to debunk it. I found that He was like he hesitated before answering, and then he said, no, they were not gagged. So could something have happened to Kaylee out of someone's hate and jealousy and rage? Did they hide Murphy when Kaylee let Murphy out? Could someone have hid Murphy? Someone who knew Murphy? Like Jack, allegedly. Or was it Jack S., who seems to always end up in sexual harassment? Trigger warning. He was thrown out of his fraternity for throwing dead animals in front of sororities. He has the behavior antisocial personality disorder, honestly. He loves overkilling animals. That is Jack Showalter. So did one of the Jacks do it, or did both the Jacks, or were both of the Jacks involved? I'm just wondering. I've heard many people saying in the comments section that Jack D couldn't have done it because Kaylee's family said that they made him strip his clothes off so that they could see if he had any injuries or any marks. We're living in year 2023, almost 2024. People wear equipments to do such kind of murders. He could have been wearing the gloves to protect himself from cutting himself. He could have been wearing clothes that protects him from cutting himself. Anything is possible. So I wouldn't believe what Jack D has to say. I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't believe what Jack S has to say, furthermore. And I wouldn't believe what the Sigma Chi fraternity boys have to say. They were the ones under investigation. The timelines of Ethan and Xana does not make sense. I personally believe this is an inside job. Someone inside, one of the surviving roommates, could have been working with someone on the outside. I'm saying it out there today because this is getting tiring of going around the board and keeping it clean and not saying anything. The truth is, the police did not even consider the surviving roommates as witness. They said that in the interview to Fox News. When the question was asked, they said, no, I didn't say that they are witness. I said they were just there. That is Chief Fry's words and not my words. So there's something with the roommates, definitely. This was about the dog that was found skinned. I don't know if it's related to the murders, but it could be. This is the living room, I believe, near the Good Vibes picture. And I think they found fingerprints there. I wonder if the fight happened in the living room and continued to Xana's room, because Ethan was found in the hallway. These were one of the first pictures, so you can clearly see that the ladder, that small ladder, was there from the beginning. The FBI was informed of it because many online sleuths complained and sent messages to the FBI, and the FBI said they have checked on it. So I personally do not believe that the ladder has anything to do with the murders. I don't believe anyone climbed up either, because if you look at the board under Xana's room, under Xana's window, you can clearly see that those stains were there from the beginning. And there are further stains on the other side too, under the other window. If it was liquid, if it was blood running down the window, you would have seen it, like you would have seen the evidence right under the window, and it wouldn't have been partings in between. The whole place would have been full of liquid, red liquid. And you would have seen the stains on the window too. So there's no stains there. That is common sense, I personally believe. And I've checked through all the pictures. I used to even think at the start that it was pink substance or something, but I checked through it from the first pictures, and believe me when I say there isn't any red liquid there. And I don't think anyone used the ladder, because come on, many things could go wrong in a case, but the FBI, after they've been warned by the public and told by people, they would have definitely taken that to the crime scene if they believed the ladder had any evidence, which it didn't. So that's the reason it is still lying there. I don't know who owns that white car. Is it one of the surviving roommates? Or is it Zana? I think the blue-green car is owned by Maddie. What's his name? Eaton's red Jeep is still frozen under evidence, and his golf set. I wonder if that was the sharp edge object that was used on Eaton or Zana, the golf set. There were many people who had the code of this house. That is what makes it more tragic. We don't know if they used the front, the sliding door, the windows. Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Justice to